Hello, Factorio people. Welcome back. Episode 16 of the Reverse Mega Base. Here is what I managed to do for the petroleum into plastic when I had to play with it. I decided that I could just pump the outputs into individual advanced chemical plants and then just have those individual, all of the petroleum that comes out of that straight into a machine making plastic, and it kind of works. It kind of works pretty well. Yeah, about 62,000 per module. So we're gonna need, what was it, four of these? Four of these? I don't know. Should have had Factorio lab open anyway, really. Uh, 200,000 plastic. So yeah, four of these. I might. I'm slightly concerned about the amount of crude oil this is going to need. I might just lower this to 12, which would be it's still still over 8 wagons of crude oil per minute, but you know, all 16 would be 11 per minute, which is, you know, that's kind of a lot. 2 entities are missing. Oh, that's right. I moved I made another copy of the little hub here for robots to move stuff around. I put one here as well, but I guess we don't need this bit anymore. Get rid of it. Good. The beauty of this, as far as I can see, is that there's no reason why then this, if we just copy and paste the whole thing, there's no reason why this can't also do the oh my god, my brain. Sulfuric acid, that's the one. Wow, got there eventually. Maybe I'll put this down here so the crude oil's not going all to the same place, just to lower the amount of traffic. I don't think that's a huge concern, but let's start spreading this out at least. May as well. And these two apparently. What did I say? 62,000 for 16. So what's that? It's about 4,000 each. So if I lowered this down to 12, let's get the old calculator out just to be sure. 62 divided by 16 times by 12, 46,500. Timesing that by 4 would be 186,000, which is just shy of what we need according to factoriolab.github.io. That's saying we need 190,000 plastic. So maybe I'll just leave it like this, and I suppose we could maybe do that now. Maybe that would be fun. Actually hook up a system of getting the crude oil in and seeing how that's going to work. But first, let me just get this one sorted as well, because I'm pretty sure that the only difference you need is you just need some extra water in and then some iron, right? So let's turn these off. Just so that there's not a whole bunch of plastic that the bots have to move. And then take a sip of my tea in the meantime. Check I'm not muted as well, good. Oh, tea, man, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. So we can just make this do sulfur instead. Which means we don't need any of this shenanigans. I really wanted to be able to do this like this. But as you can see, there's just one little bit too short of space. And getting it all lined up nicely so that it didn't, you know, so it was tileable, doesn't really give you the opportunity to move stuff around too much. So I just thought I'll just do it with inserters, it's fine. So yeah, it's quite nice. It all worked out quite well in the end. Got rid of the ugly power poles issue. I do need to change this because I think this. At one point, this was 20 wide, and that was certainly far too much. Anyway. So how much sulfur is this? And then another one turning all of the sulfur into sulfuric acid, because I think we did this before. Sulfur doesn't go into anything that we actually need, except for the sulfuric acid. Yes, Factorio Lab tells us that we need 40,000 sulfur every minute, and 100% of it needs to go into sulfuric acid, so we may as well just do that here. So get rid of all of this nonsense. And tile this bad boy. Except that's not quite right, because that will tile there. So then we'll do 2 wide, and then definitely will tile correctly. So I don't know what this means for UPS having machines stop and start all the time. I'm not worried about UPS in this playthrough. Like, my machine is beefy. It shouldn't be an issue. Okay, and then we can... I probably should have tidied this bit up before I copy and pasted the whole thing. I'll be extremely surprised if one beaconed advanced chemical lab can't cope with this much sulfur, because the sulfur into sulfuric acid process is extremely fast. It's just a case of how much sulfur this actually is. It's probably loads. It's probably overkill, in fact. I should have left that going for a moment, just to take a record of... Yeah, it peaked at about 42, but that peak will be when all of the petroleum was backed up in the system. I should have left that going for a bit. That's okay. Let's do it like this. So this will go very fast, and then the petroleum backed up in the system will fail, because these advanced chemical labs, this can hold 3,000 here. If I stop the output, this goes for quite some time. So then obviously when you first hook this up, this has got loads of petroleum, and then it slows down. So let's go back to this and just wait for the plateau here. 2.5? 2.6 on average? Oh, 2.6. And what did Factorio Lab say? 40,000. 40 divided by 2.6. 15. That's really annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. Are you serious? So I'm actually going to need more than this. Oh no, this is 16. Perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. For some reason I thought this was 12. Why did I think this was 12? Okay, alright, fine. Go away. And then we need one more... the B grade. I suppose I could put that. No. I'll put it there. I'm concerned about throughput of these pipes. But I always am. Oh no, wait, sulfuric acid. 10 sulfur, 2 iron plates, 200 water. Okay. Water can come in from there. Maybe from there, have the sulfuric acid go out this way in 3 different pipes. Maybe that's okay. As I say, needs testing. Why did I put that there? Not very sensible. So each one of these was 2.6 thousand a minute. What was that? What's that per second? Oh, get the calculator back out. Don't know. What's this? 90. 5,400. And each one of these was... Are you serious? That's loads. That's so many belts. I'm going to need more than one of these. Oh my lord. Why did I not just wait and see how much sulfur this was so I could work out how many belts this would be? This might have to go this way just so that I'm not blocking the water in with this. And, whoops. We'll have to simulate iron coming in, but I don't think that's going to be a huge problem. It might be. It might be. We're doing it live, basically. We're doing it live. You can use an infinity pipe to delete as well, right? Yeah. Yeah, good. Awkward. It's just because this has a backup. It's fine. It will sort itself out. Don't worry. I'm not worried. Not worried. I'm just going to take another drink of my tea before it goes cold. So if each one of these is 2,400, then I can't even get both on a belt. So, you know what? It's just going to have to be modular as well, I think. If I literally cannot even get 2 of these... Oh, no, no, no. Gaps are forming. Wait, wait. More tea. $5,200. That should be enough for a belt, right? 90 times 60, 5,400. Oh, it's dropping. It's dropping. 2s, 1s. Although maybe I should just make it modular anyway. This will make 216,000 per minute if it's full. We need 56,000, so we're going to need 3 of these. Which thankfully is not that much iron. We're going to need 3. Maybe I should do this, because this is 16 of these, right? Yeah, just to confirm. Maybe I should do it in 4s. Maybe I should... And then have 4 belts of sulfur going into 4 of these. Yeah, that seems a bit cleaner. That seems a bit cleaner, okay. So... Where's the middle of this? It's there. But there is as close it can be to still be working by the beacons. The water can come in the top. And then I suppose it can just go like this straight away. But then this makes me want to do this. If it's going to be like that, then I may as well tidy this up. I suppose. I'll solve the water properly later, don't worry about that. And the same with the iron. Well, this needed 3 belts of iron, didn't it? No, I'll bring it in this way. I'll bring it in this way. I'll do the same thing I did with the... Oh, except I'll have the space this time to do it the cool way. To do it the cool way. What I have defined to be the cool way. Like this. And I suppose that can just go as far as it needs to. And then some extra beacons. Don't forget the beacons. The water's going to come in the top. The acid's going to come out of the bottom. I just need to make sure that I beacon it enough to... Maybe this wasn't the best idea. This will go there. This will go there. It's just then a matter of where these are going. I suppose there and there. Gonna need 3 wide for the water. Alright, let's see what that does. Can't cope with all the sulfur, but then this sulfur is backed up currently, so let's just give it a few moments. Turn the game speed up, I suppose. There we go. Maybe that's good? It's coping, right? Again, I'm not quite sure how good or bad this is for UPS to have it like this, but someone who's more of an expert in those things can tell me, I'm sure. And if it is bad, we'll have to do something about it. I mean, I suppose that just proves that this is too much. Maybe even this is too much. Maybe even this is too much. My god, it was right the first time. Can you imagine? How much sulfuric acid is that then, game? What are we on? What are we on? 145,000 per minute. We need 56,000 per minute. So yeah, perfect. I suppose, for certain values of perfect. Goodbye. Goodbye forever. Alright, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I forgot the power. And I also didn't want this to happen, did I? purple undergrounds, man. They're so good. They're so good. I should take the whole thing. Yeah, that's more than enough iron. Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. Sulfuric acid. Oh, God. Oh, no, it's not enough. 580. Oh, no, it is enough. It is enough. Just. A razor's edge. 568, and this is 577. 576. Yeah, it's sort of trending downwards, isn't it? It's not ever actually going to the 8 anymore. It was there for a bit, but... Well, I call that a win, personally. Looks quite good, doesn't it? Okay, we'll leave that. No, let's look at how to actually load fluids into trains, because it's a flipping nightmare. There are these big ones. They don't snap to the train station very well. Krastorio 2 also has the medium-sized ones, which for some reason are called large, and these are called huge, which, you know, these are a touch better in that they're 2 wide like this. 3 wide, sorry. Pumps, there we go. So they do tile nicely. That's the wrong place, isn't it? Because my trains are. They do tile nicely like this. So that's 8 wagons. The issue is getting the fluid into these evenly and well. And I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that. We're getting 4 outputs of sulfuric acid. There's no real reason to sort of merge them together. I suppose starting with a pump is a good idea. So part of me wants to just do it... Oh, that was so close to being great. A part of me wants to do it where it's lined up in like this. Well, not like that. So this will be one set. The issue with this is this one's going to fill up, and then these might not fill up as fast. But we'll see. Let's test it. Let's test it. I don't think this is the best way to do it from past experience. I think doing it this way kind of sucks, man. This one fills up quite fast, but this fails. I've done systems in the past where I sort of pump into the other end first. Whoops, not that one, this one. Or maybe this is going to be enough. Yeah, sure, we'll go with this. Just because it's vaguely reminiscent of the other systems. So this moves the fluid to this end, but you can still see that the second one of the pair doesn't really go. This seems weird because you're pumping it into this one, but because these are connected, this is working at this end. This is not... I know it is still too much. So we're moving too much fluid around. So we probably need another set of pumps. Yeah, not helping. Still not helping. Is that because this is full now? No, of course not. Well, this is. These are full now. I hate this. I actually hate this. If they're connected, they'll try and even out, but like very slowly. So this is moving. The thing is, it can't move it that quickly. Oh, this is a nightmare. I hate it. Okay. New plan. New plan is each one of these can have 2 outputs. And we'll tie it up somewhere at the end later. Or maybe even do it like this and then have them in the actual nice neat rows that we need at the bottom here. Get this out of the way. And this one as well. This can hold 50,000, which is 2 train wagons worth, so it's possible we only need 1 of these. Maybe we should just do a 1-to-1 system and not worry about having to balance fuel tankers or storage tanks. Yes, I did take a drink of tea right in the middle of that sentence. If we're doing that though, why would we not just use these? Good point. I agree. Then we can just do this, right? Does that let you do that? No, the middle one doesn't connect. I didn't think it did. I didn't think it did. But, you know. So then a pump there, a pump there. So then these may as well be substations now at this point. The substations will fit in the middle because they don't need to be connected. Hopefully. Sure, whatever. And then, whoops. There, there, and like so on, basically. And just pumps all the way down, I guess. Oh. Oh, right. Of course. Alright, the first one will be a bit of a mess, but... we'll see where those substations need to go properly afterwards. Didn't need you after all, although I will leave you there. So this should be better. Yes, it is. Even with the amount of sulfur coming in with all with this backlog, it's working perfectly. So let's go with this, shall we? Is that right? Seems like it is. This is obviously all wrong, but... How did I manage that? The mechanics of the fluids are something like it loses pressure after X number of pipe segments, but undergrounds don't actually count the number of tiles underground that it's going. So you have to use undergrounds basically. If you use a pair of undergrounds, it doesn't matter how far those undergrounds then reach. It still only counts as 2 tiles worth of... No! Oh, it's in the wrong place. Haha, it was correct after all. It still only counts as 2 tiles of distance. I'll do the substations later, alright? I'll do the substations later. No, don't control Z. Don't control Z. Wow, this is ugly. But I guess needs must. Do needs, not must. Oh wait, don't need those. It's these that we need. No, no, right, I was right the first time. Yep, yep, yep. That's unfortunately going to have to be a little underground, because otherwise those would link up and it would probably break the whole thing. Then this goes... These feel like they're too close. Could these be further apart and I just copy and pasted it because... No, no, I was just lucky. I was just lucky. It's this one that is a bit annoying. Because this can go further than the chemical plant, but it only really needs to go there. Whereas then this one will go a lot further and therefore look weird. And we're gonna have to do all of this again for the oh no, not for the petroleum on the way out, because we're not actually exporting petroleum, are we? We're exporting plastic. What a genius. Okay. So then where are we actually putting these substations? It's weird, sometimes you have to do power last because you want to be able to power everything, and sometimes you have to do it first because otherwise you don't leave yourself enough space for the power. Anyway. So now this one isn't actually going to go where I want it to go, so I might just have to bite the bullet here and not have everything nicely lined up. And just let the game decide where they're going to have to go. It could be worse. Could be worse. Yeah, get rid of these as well. Get rid of these also, I suppose. Sure. Any complaints? Any machines with any complaints? This one's full, this one's... But that's because those first two tanks were full. This one is going as fast as it can, so's that one, and so's that one. Alright, good. We'll call that a win. We'll call that a win. Obviously I need to bring the crude oil in. Maybe I don't have time for that now. What was this video? 36 minutes. I think the play is going to be for the crude oil roughly the same. Let me just prove to you that this is working. 90, 91, 92. It's very fast. And that has somehow incorporated an increase into sulfuric acid production. 290,000. Don't ask me about that. Oh, that'll just be because there's so much sulfur backlogged in all the machines. Yeah. Once this sulfur backlog goes, then... Anyway. I think the play with getting the crude oil into trains to bring to factories is going to be roughly the same idea. It's going to be, how many of these are there? 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. And maybe only hooking up 8 at a time, because one of these will be so ungodly fast. Or maybe, I don't know. It's awkward. It's going to be awkward for sure. If we can find crude oil points that are like 16, you know, that would be ideal. Like, how many is this? 5, 10, 50. This one is in fact exactly 16. That's crazy. Then yeah, we can just do a one-to-one relationship the same way we've done here. If they're anything other than that, it's like, how many is this? 4, 7, 10, 14, 17, 20. You might have to bite the bullet and only like hook up 16 of them, and just try and find patches that are at least 16 spaces, and only, or 8. I suppose they could be 8 or more, I suppose. And if it's 8, then we'll hook up 1 station, and if it's 16, we'll hook up 2 stations. So like this, we might just have to ignore, which is probably for the best anyway, because the fewer patches, the less it's going to be. Of course, like, that's a very obvious statement, but... And to not... Because in vanilla, and especially in the early game, you just sort of hook... The way I do it, at least, is you just sort of merge them all into one pipe. And the amount of oil that you actually need in the early game is quite low, so you don't really have to worry about fluid throughput, but fluid throughput here is going to be a massive issue. And I'm glad that we have solved 2 of the bigger problems by having plastic... Yeah, modular builds, basically. As everything is, like, you can see there's a bit of a pattern emerging here. There are very few builds that are bespoke. I suppose the lithium is one. Okay. Where does sulfur go? Sulfuric acid. It goes straight into blue cards, which we don't need anymore. If you're unfamiliar with Krastorio, the cards progress as you go up the tech tree, and then the further along you go, some of the tech cards become obsolete. So once you get past launching rockets, you then no longer need red, blue, or green tech cards. You just then only ever go to purple, yellow, and matter, and space, of course. The sulfuric acid goes into enriching iron and copper, processing units, batteries, lithium sulfur batteries, and immersite crystals. Immersite crystals. We're doing that, aren't we? Somewhere? Yeah, we are. We're doing it here. Alright, let's hook this bad boy up then. Wouldn't be fair if I didn't test it properly, would it? Wouldn't be fair on you, dear viewer, if I didn't actually hook this bad boy up. I've been pretty negligent with making sure that all of my train stations have fueling spots, and I feel like that is going to come and bite me. Really? Oh wait, it's powered by a substation. Brilliant. I feel like fueling my trains is going to come back and bite me quite severely at some point. It might be wise to future-proof that now. Acid. Sulfuric acid. Please go from sulfuric acid until full. Then please go. I haven't labelled it. I haven't labelled it. Sulfuric acid to immersite crystals. Ooh, the immersite crystals. Until empty. Alright, let's hitch a ride, shall we? Off we go. I've got the train painter mod on here. Train's yellow. The fluid wagons are yellow. It's great. Vroom. This isn't going to work straight away. Obviously, we're going to have to tidy this up at the other end. But I'm more just doing this as proof of concept and to show you quite how quickly the fluid will unload once. What's this? Of course. I forgot that was that janky. Purge the whole thing. There we go. Empty. That was quick, wasn't it? That's not a fair test, though. Let's do it from actual scratch. Oh, hello, Mr. Train. Oh, misses. Oh, miss. Let me bring this UI up so you can see just how quickly it's going to load. Look at that. That's F1 pit stop speeds, that is. That's brilliant. That's why I was not very concerned about bringing two separate trains of crude oil into the plastic and the sulfuric acid stations, because they won't be waiting there very long. It will add a lot of traffic to the network for sure. And then unloading, because all of the fluids are, as I say, I've done this in arguably a terrible way. It's sort of moving it all along the line. And of course nothing is happening because the train is not. Why is this not doing anything? Oh, it is. It's just don't really need that much, that's all. Yeah, 0.6465 wagons per minute, so this train does not move often. stood on the tracks. Oh god, nitric acid. Oh god, no. No, I've just remembered that nitric acid exists. Ammonia exists. Maybe we'll do that next time, the fluid saga. Even though I did say this was going to be the plastic saga, but the plastic saga didn't really last as long as I'd thought it would. It was a ruse, it was never the plastic saga at all, it was the fluid saga. Right, thank you so much for watching. Has science been consistent this whole time? This whole time? Get rid of blank tech cards. It's consumption that we want, isn't it? Oh no, what happened here? No. The last hour it has. For the last 10 hours it's been mostly okay. Oh, this will be when I was researching the extra stuff from the mod, I guess, because you can see here there's a tiny little blip where I was using red, green, basic. So I added some mods and needed to research that. Alright, that's fine. That's not an issue. And the fact that it hasn't happened again in 6 hours would probably imply that it is definitely not an issue. Or maybe it was that time that the trains were deadlocked at an intersection, which I fixed, although that's more likely to be this here, I think. Because that feels like ages ago. For the record, 24 hours I've been doing this playthrough. On and off camera, so that's not bad. I feel like that's quite efficient. Quite efficient indeed. Look at that, barely used any space at all. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please, any questions, comments you got for me, any suggestions, of course, always welcome. And if you want to see more of the series, make sure to subscribe. Other than that, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.